we feel anxious, it can be a subtle feeling that we might not recognize what it is. Or it could be a very intense and even either paralyzing, or it might get us down the path of tension and irritability and anger. We feel unease in the body and the mind. There's no clarity, short-tempered, impatient, and we want to relax, but it just seems there is something urgent and pressing, and as if our body is out of our control. And we're just going to take a moment to bring our body, mind and heart into a more balanced place. Now, if you don't feel physically safe right now, then find safety. If you are physically safe, let's recognize I am physically safe right now. Hopefully you are. And then just get in touch with where we feel in this moment. What are the thoughts that come to mind? Just be a moment or two just listening to the thoughts that come and go without judging, criticizing, just simply watching with curiosity. Pause the video if you need more time. Now, what emotions come to mind? Pause the video if you need more time. We are familiar with certain emotions such as anger and sadness, and we might not be as familiar with feeling anxious, worried, concerned, which is all anxiety. But we can also have feeling despondent and hopeless, depressed. So we're going to see if we can identify the most visible emotions and also the ones that are more vulnerable. So, with curiosity, compassion, without judging and criticizing, simply acknowledge, I am feeling. Pause the video if you need more time. Now we're going to give it a rate. 0, feeling terrible or even -0, feeling very hopeless. And of 3, feeling okay, or 5, feeling very good. So that scale from not good at all, hopeless, feeling okay, to 5, feeling very good. So from 0 to 5, or if you prefer from 0 to 10, with a 5 being okay. So where in the scale do I feel right now? The middle is neutral and good. Or the middle is neutral. Below that is bad, terrible, hopeless, and above that would be good, very good, feeling amazing. So where do I feel? Let's use a scale of 0 to 10. Now let's check the body, sensations in the body. What sensation do I have in my head? Is it light or heavy? Clear or messy and overwhelmed? Simple or complex? Tight or relaxed? What about my face? My jaw, my lips, my teeth? Is there any tightness? Or does it feel relaxed? My throat. I notice my throat. Does it feel like a lump on the throat? Or does it feel relaxed and easy? What about the ears? So just ringing, or is it just relaxed? I notice my chest. Is it constricted or relaxed? I notice my shoulders and shoulder blades. Is it tensed or relaxed? Is there any pain? I notice my arms, my fists. Are they on a fist tense or are they relaxed? I notice my back, lower, mid, upper. Is there any arching and bending and tension and pain? Or is it relaxed? Whatever it is, I just make peace with this in this moment. I notice my stomach, lower, mid, upper, lower belly, mid belly, upper belly, my stomach, the intestine area. Does it feel relaxed or tense or painful? I notice my buttocks. Is it clenched, tensed or relaxed? notice my legs. Is it tense or relaxed? I notice my ankles, my toes, my feet. Is it tense or relaxed? Now let's just adjust the body. Lift the arms, stretch. Lift the body, sit, lift and drop. And I'm going to scan the body and notice if there's any areas of tension that I might need to simply adjust. Maybe I'm down here and I'm bringing myself up here so that I can have a more upper, straighter position rather than curled, hunched. And I can just go from here to here, from being twisted to just bringing myself into place, and allow the body to be aligned, hips, shoulders, knees, ankles, so the circulation can flow and the body can relax and use less energy. Just bring it back. I can bring my neck back instead of tilting, twisting. So in what ways can I make myself just a little bit more relaxed, more comfortable? Make the adjustments. I choose to notice my breath. Where do I notice my breath? Is it up here on my chest? Is it lower towards my belly, where my belly rises and falls? Is my heartbeat and breathing shallow? Is my breathing shallow or non-existent? Or is it just flowing with ease? I'd like you to give me a shh. This is a type of exhalation. We're letting some air out that we no longer need, so you can make space to take a belly breath. So exhale with a shh, and give me another exhalation with a let the breath come in and out naturally. Bring one hand to the shoulder and then rotate. Create a space forward and then back, and relax. Take a full breath in and slowly exhale. And bring the shoulder, the hand back to the shoulder and rotate forward. And then back. Take a full breath in. And slowly exhale. drop the neck to one side. Allow the body to rest and relax. Bring it to the center. Drop it to the other side. And bring it to the center. Place one hand over the heart and the other hand over the hand, and just exhale with your tongue out. Breathe in and slowly exhale. Breathe in and slowly exhale. Fully empty. Now, let's see if you can just rotate one finger, one wrist, other finger, the other wrist. And let's bring our neck into a slight rotation. One side followed by the other. You can do half circles. Bring it to the center. Open your eyes. Lift one hand up and bring it down. Lift it up and bring it down. Lift and bring it down. Lift and bring it down. Close your eyes. Take a full breath in. And slowly exhale. Open the eyes. Lift both arms up. Look up. And then bring them down. Now as we lift the arms up, we're going to look at our hands. And as we bring the hands down, we're going to look at our hands. Lift. And lower. We're going to look at our hands by alternate our gaze from one hand to the other. Lift. And lower. Breathe in. And exhale. Bring the finger in front of you and follow with your eyes. Follow there. Use your head and eyes to follow. And bring it down. Lift the other hand. And point up and down. Follow the hands. Follow. Looking at the tip of the finger. And close the eyes. Open the eyes. Let's try to open the eyes very wide. Relax. Open the eyes and just blink. Close the eyes. Take a full breath in. And slowly out. Lift the hands up. Give me a lift. Take a full breath in and relax with that. We can move a little bit more force. Breathe. Lift it up. Breathe in and relax with a drop it with a breathe in. Lift. Drop. Gonna extend and point toes, leg, toe, one at a time. Just look at the toe, look at the leg, extend. And we're going to stand and we're going to stretch and gently move side to side. Stretch and then sit down. Close the eyes for a moment. Open the eyes. Give me a puff of fish. Now, give me a take a full breath in. And a slow, relaxed breath out. Just relax the toes, the body. Stand, stretch, and relax. When we feel any negative emotion, temporarily our brain is perceiving that something is not quite right and is trying to find a way to increase our survival. And it's either it's going to give us energy to fight. If our brain perceives that it has the energy and the resources to deal with the threat, now that threat can be real or perceived in our brain based on the way we think, our past experiences, our resources, our energy levels on each given moment. And we might find ourselves fighting, arguing, shouting, throwing things, hitting, kicking. If our brain perceives that we can't escape the situation and we can't fight it, we might go into a freeze mode where we just feel like paralyzed and our muscles are locked. We don't feel good and we struggle to move. But we can also go into I can't fight this and it's best for me to just walk away. And we might find ourselves literally walking away, turning in a different direction, avoiding, or finding other things to do so we don't have to deal with it. Now, even when we feel anxious, our body's giving us energy. It's using energy, diverting energy from everyday healing and maintenance and support to deal with the threat in a moment. So we feel unease. And it's best we want to use that energy to go and check, remove ourselves from this situation or address it, or take steps to solve it. If we engage in something that is solving, our anxious and worries will go down. But at times, we might not be able to manage or might not be possible to solve it all at once or there and for all. So we could choose to use that energy towards something else, either to do something else or do some physical activity to reduce that stress hormones, that cortisol from the body, any type of exercise. And by taking a moment and doing our breathing, we're just sending signals back to our brain. I'm safe. It's okay. And we are activating that part of the brain and the nervous system that is calm and relaxed. So close one nostril and exhale. Close the opposite nostril and exhale. Close the eyes, take a full breath in. And slowly exhale. Now let's see if we can bring some rationality. We can write this down, speak up, say it in our thoughts. What am I afraid of? Worried, scared, feeling negative about? Just allow all the answers to come. Pause the video if you need more time. There's many things that we can perceive as a way that is threatening our survival and well-being. And that can be based on real, perceived, rational, irrational. And when we feel anxious, our fears often do get out of proportion. From a simple, there's a possibility, there's a fear, to becoming this big, all-encompassing, paralyzing fear, which often is irrational, or at least there are solutions to it. And some of our fears could be fearing that we won't be able to cope with something physically, mentally, emotionally, and that we will end up in a very vulnerable state where others might take advantage of us. Where we'll have a very hard time coping. Fear of losing control. We like to be in control the way that we think and feel and react, so we can feel more at peace. We might fear losing our health, physically, mentally, emotionally, our resources, our money, our time, relationships, connections, things that are important to us, things, people. I might feel anxious about the uncertainty, as in, is it going to be okay? Am I going to be okay? And those decisions, is there a good decision? Is there a bad decision? Which is tied to those losses, time, money. resources. And our fears can also touch if something is successful or failure, and depends how we look at the definition of failure and success. And with dualities, all or nothing is either successful or failure, rather than looking at it with neutral eyes. Some things are likely to be neutral, some things good, some things positive, some things successful, some things not as successful, but I can still learn. Stay close your eyes for a moment. What is the most dominant fear that I have in this particular situation? Pause the video if you need more time. Is this fear logical? Now in our minds will make perfect sense. Of course it's logical, because that we can only go by our life experience. But we might have a different. Often we look at others and we can see if something is logical, but it's harder to recognize within ourselves, because we are consumed by the emotions, and often it is our emotional brain on the driving seat, our reptilian brain on the driving seat, rather than the rational brain. So let's not beat ourselves up based on our automatic reactions. Just ask some questions. Is this fears rational? Or is there a possibility they might have gone a little bit overboard? Let's have a little stretch for a moment. Open the shoulders and rotate. Come in your toes and stretch. Just trying to clear the background. Stretch. Come on your toes and stretch. And then sit down. Okay. Stand up. Lift your arms up. And then come on your toes. And sit down. Stand. Lift the hands and arms. Come on your toes. And then shake side to side. Side to side. And sit down. So. Is my fears rational? Now I know that things can happen, but what can I do to mitigate? What steps can I take to mitigate? What is the best compromise or the least of the two evils? And we can just pause the video to answer each one of them. What's the middle path and middle road? If we're struggling with worries and finding the best decision, the perfect decision, let's acknowledge that in life very rarely something is 100% perfect all of the time. And it can be hard to make a decision. But is this useful? Is this fear useful? Now, it might be protecting us from making a bad decision, from losing something, but then what am I going to gain by facing my fears? What steps can I take to minimize the negative consequences? What solutions can I think of to solve what I'm perceiving as the problem? For instance, if I perceive as a problem being lost, could I have a plan in place for that? Having a map, a point of contact, doing a trip before to check, asking other people, giving myself more time so that I have time to check and try to find and try to get lost if it does happen. So what practical solutions are for every fear? What? And then we can write this down, which is easier rather than have it all in the mind. For every fear, what practical solutions can I use or take to solve, to reduce, to mitigate, or as a compromise? Because any little help in the direction of solving helps us feel better. Might not get the full solution, but a little solution helps. And not being able to cope, we could go, okay, what resources and coping skills do I have? And we can go, okay, I can use my breathing. Exhale. 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 Slow breath in. And a slower breath out. I could carry a supportive book with me that perhaps has some supportive words or encouraging words. Or maybe some songs that can be soothing, uplifting, encouraging. Or with a contact that I can call, or an emergency helpline contact if I do feel in total distress. So what coping resources can I have with me? One of our coping strategies to just break some of the spell is to just go with a ho, 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 ho. Join me. Ho, 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 ho. Just copy my pace and intensity. Ho, 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 ho. Because then we are treating feelings of relaxation and well-being, which gives us that little boost. Then things don't seem so grim. Feels more optimistic, because then I can do this. No. Let's do another couple of chuckles. Here we go again. help this relax the body more. Movement, dancing, breathing, smiling, laughing. Even connecting with an activity or other people. Obviously, if we feel disconnected, it's better to connect with those that we know will be easier to connect rather than those that we know that's going to get the worst out of us. Because we want to go back into feeling regulated and more in control. And sometimes we need to take a break, have a hot shower to relax the muscles and the body and the mind. Maybe lay down the hearts against the pillow, but we just focus on our breathing. Allow the body to rest while we cover ourselves up and stay warm so that our body takes a moment to heal and recharge and rest. So we're not trying to do. Now when we try to do an activity, yes, some activities do relaxes and recharges. But some activities we only get more spread out and thinner, and then our resources run out and we run out of steam. But for instance, if you take a hot shower, that relaxes the body, the muscles, the mind. If you lay down in our bed, cover up, just allow the body to rest, the heart to come to a relaxed state. And we lay down with our hearts against that mattress. And we try to relax the body in any way we can. Then we can feel more relaxed. And then when we feel more relaxed, we might have an impulse to do something. So just get ready, get dressed, eat some nourishing foods and hydrate. We can have an activity that involves movement, and we enjoy the activity and gives the sense of feeling good, relaxed and satisfaction, and we connect with others where we are neutral, good or positive. That it does provide a space to heal and recover. When we are alone with all our feelings and thoughts, and if we spend too long alone, then we have a harder time to manage and cope. Just trying to find the right balance. But equally, when we don't feel as good, we need to limit or ask for a break temporarily until we recharge ourselves if we are dealing or spending time with people where we are getting triggered and perhaps going down the path of getting the worst out of us. And it's a little harder if you're dealing with family members and minors. But we need to create space and time in a day where we can heal and recharge. Otherwise we all go down a very bad place. We need to put our mask first so that we can become balanced before we can help others. So it's not trying to be selfish. If we don't manage to get a hold of ourselves, then what use can we be to ourselves and others? So exhale, shake the head, nod, take a full breath in, and give me a connect with the heart. Speak something that we are grateful for in this moment. Now, let's check how we're feeling in this moment. compared to before when we started. The same, worst, or a little bit better. Hence the heart. Thank you, mind, body, heart, universe. I hope you're feeling a little bit better. Now, before we go, let's remember and connect. Why would I like to do this? What's my reasons? Sometimes we have the right to change our minds. But let's try to remember, why are we trying to do this? Why is this important to us? So why is it important? Challenges are uncomfortable, but they also carry with them the gifts of expansion, growth, choosing. So it's not all lost. There's something to be gained. Why am I doing this? And shake, stand, stretch. Give me a full breath in. And tap anything you got in you, and next to you, in you, and next to you. What can you see? I can see some green outside, some rain droplets, clean wall. What can I hear? I can hear the ringing in my ears, my breathing, and some traffic noise in the background. What can you hear? Give me 3 things. Give me 3 things you can see right now. What 3 things can you touch? Hands together. Arms, legs. 3 things you can touch. Wall, feel the textures. Door and clothes. What 3 things can you touch outside of you? And notice the texture and temperature. Cold, warm, warm. Now, if you haven't moved, you might feel cold. Grab the hands. Listen. Another sound. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you might want to cut the external stimulation temporarily. Eyes closed. Darkness. Okay. Anything that can reduce, that can be helpful temporarily. Just closing the eye just cuts a lot of stimulation. Stand up. Stretch. Take a full breath in. And let it out with a ha 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 ha. I sincerely hope you're feeling a little bit more grounded. Bye for now. You'll be okay. Something got a hold of me. Yeah, that does get a hold of us, and we can get too much momentum, but we can always go back to our basics, trying to look after ourselves and grounding. And sometimes, depending on the challenge, we find ourselves going back all of the time, or very often. It seems that it's all of the time, but well, it can be frustrating because we want to do something else more productive rather than keep on bringing ourselves back to base. But we have to work with what we have, okay? And let's not beat ourselves up. That's the body we have, that's the mind, the nervous system, and we're going to spend time healing as needed, as many times as needed, until we need, as long as we need, until we feel stronger. You can't just expect, ideally you want to just, switch. Give me a new brain, give me a new nervous system, give me a new body. Yes, we all want that, okay, but we have to make the best with what we have, and there are solutions that can help us and support us and be compassionate. I'm struggling, but I want to remind myself that this too shall pass. And I want to remind myself why I want to do this, and that I have resources to support me within me and outside of me. You'll be okay. Either way, let's remind ourselves, good or bad, we'll still manage and get through. I might have a few bruises, but we also have good things that will come out of it. Might have a little hard time, but let's remind our brain, yes, I know there'll be certain things that might have a hard time, but there's a possibility there will also be neutral things and good things and very good things that will come out of it. And in time, I'll see this as a positive thing. I want to see this as a positive thing right now. Okay, what is the benefits of doing this now, mid and long term? And let's pick those options and choices that are more in line with our values and the life we want to live, the person we want to be, even though we accept the whole of ourselves. But there are certain behaviors that we want to engage because it helps us grow and expand and get out of comfort zone. So, and everything is a little scary when we haven't done and have that backup to confirm that we can do. But one pace, one step at a time. And we can always just sing. Sing, sing. And if you choose to distract yourself, just pick a distraction that helps relax as well as empower and is supportive. Just give me a sigh. Give me a whistle. Always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Could go on for hours. I